time thing, so you're always going to get her unless your run's really bad. I knew when
Yeah,
I first
under
started,
90
I
seconds.
wasn't getting Moon in my runs, and I was like, oh, this is problematic.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm excited for this match. I just pulled it up. We have Sheridactyls versus Vestido de Loli. Um, and I'd be interested to see. Deca, you put up a really good fight against them in winners. But I want to see if Sheridactyls can do the same here in losers. You also mentioned that you've been winning your matches against Leonid, so you're gonna have a chance to show that off in a moment if that is the case.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it,
That's
but
fair.
the last handful of times we played in first to fives, I think in the last like four, he's beaten me once,
There you go.
and it was 5-4 the time he beat me. The
Right.
times I've beaten him were like 5-3 or 5-2.
And you ran it really close against Vestido, so I would normally rank Vestido like in the tier just above Leonid. So if you could play at that same level you were playing earlier, I think you might have a really good shot there. Are you going to Genesis?
Strongly considering it. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can justify it.
Yeah.
Like the people I usually go to tournaments with are going to be pretty busy that
Yeah.
time of the year.
I was hoping
And
that
most,
if I could have gone, that we could have had like a magical drop suite.
yeah, I would have definitely been down for a magical drop suite.
I'm thinking about so I'm friends with like a lot of the TOs for like the melee scene in New York, and they're looking to have like a bigger event at some point in the near future. I don't know if it's like major level, but like maybe like big regional. We were talking with them and Xerxes, and we're like, we should have an uppy downy puzzle game side event thing for like magical drop and money puzzle and stuff like that. So if that happens, we could have an
I would
East
love,
Coast, yeah, like an East
I
Coast
would love
magical
for an
drop suite.
excuse to head down to New York because that's only like that's like only like one flight away if I was gonna fly, or
Yeah.
it's even drivable. It's only like I think 8 hours.
Where are you?
I'm in Ohio.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's definitely doable. Okay, we're going to High Priestess, which is definitely a Sheridactyl's comfort pick. But will it work out? We drove to, we went to one of the big houses and we drove through from New York to Michigan to do it. And we stopped in Ohio because you guys had Panera Bread in your rest stops, and that was notable at the time.
I've been to a handful. I'm in Cleveland, so I've been to a bunch of the big houses.
Yeah, they had magical drop side events too, didn't they?
Yeah,
Not the one I went
the
to, but
one of the I think I went 3 years, and I went the year they had the magical drop side bracket, and
nice,
I actually knocked out Juggle Guy,
nice.
who was the TO
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Big House.
Because I think any event that Aris helps run, she advocates for magical drop to happen, and I know Doctor Z or Sheridan's the same way.
Yeah, I believe she hosted the event.
Yeah, she was the one who taught me how to play initially. I was at CEO, and I found this cabinet with like a friend of mine, and we were just playing against each other. Like, this game's pretty fun. It's really fast, and we're having a good time. It's easy to pick up. And then she showed up, and she's like, "I'm the world record holder," and just destroyed us for an entire weekend. And we just kept coming back for more punishment. It was a really good learning experience. It made me, it got me good. It went from like know nothing to at least competitive casual very quickly.
I found this game completely on accident. I was just like browsing through a Steam sale one day and just saw Magical Drop 5
Oof.
and picked it up. And
Yeah.
I
No,
and
that was your introduction?
I played it for like a couple of hours, uh, and didn't think much of it. And then a couple of years later, I went to Youmacon, which is a Detroit convention,
Yeah.
and there was a magical drop cab there, and I was like, oh, I know this game. I've seen this before.
And you played this one, and you're like, "Oh, I get it now."
Yeah, and so I just like fell in love with it pretty much instantly.
Yeah.
But none of my friends wanted to play it. Most of them are fighting game players over puzzle game players.
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat where all of my competitive gaming friends are mostly like melee people or third strike people.
I was into Melee for a while. I competed at all through college, pretty much.
Yeah, same. I just or like right after college, I started playing in grad school, and then when I graduated, I started playing the New York scene and TOA and stuff. But it was I've learned that any game that requires me to go into a training mode and or like practice that's not just playing the game is not a game for me.
Yeah. Labbing is very 50-50 for me.
Yeah.
Like, I can't get into a game if I don't find playing in training mode fun.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be its own, like, mini game to me.
So I try to pick up Type Lumina, and I really like it, but it's like I know that at some point I'm going to need to go into training mode and like grind stuff out, and I just anticipate that it won't go well if that happens. So we have Sheridactyls here fighting for his tournament life. We're on Empress now, and they're going to need like a Herculean effort here to stay alive. Vestido kind of rolling so far.
Alright, I've been for a quick Sam Show match.
Okay.
So, luckily, they're only first to 2, so it shouldn't last long.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm going to win this one.
I think after this match we have winners finals anyway, so no worries.
Oh, Becca had to play their stream match? Okay, just making sure.
Oh yeah, Deca plays after this, but he can play Sam Show first. We'll be okay.
Yeah, this will be a long set. Sheridactyl, I've got a feeling he's coming back. He won the first game here. Okay, no, he lost.
Now he lost it. Yeah, we still got it.
He's got this.
Yeah. So one thing that I like to do, and you can see it kind of happen there, is they saw a lot of players, myself included a lot of the time, will see that there'll be a burst bubble, and their first instinct will be like, I'm going to push the board out as far as I can to use this burst bubble. And if you realize that they're doing that right away, you can just start doing 2 chains, and sometimes they just kill themselves because they'll push the board out so far and then just die to the first piece of trash that comes to them. So I think Sheridactyls might be able to take advantage of that here, because Vestido is kind of on the edge. They got to start stringing together some 2 chains.
No, they seem to be taking lots of larger chains, like 3 or 4.
That's the thing with these high tier characters, though. Is like you really want to go for 2 chains because their pressure's so good. But if you sometimes when you're optimizing your attack, you're leaving behind like basically orphan bubbles that then become really hard to clear. So they might be doing longer strings and they could push you off the board even if yours is more optimized because they're cleaning up a little better than you. It's really like a push and pull kind of thing. And kind of
Deca did the maximum garbage is 8. Is that per single attack, or is that the entire
per single attack?
So if you send like 3 2 chains, that's going to send 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just doesn't stop coming at that point. It's rough. Okay, so we have Vestido to Loli taking it 3-0 over Sheridactyls. Sheridactyls with a good run, but sadly falling to the duo from Mexico this evening. Okay. So, Sheridactyls, nice try. We'll see you at the next one. I know you are indeed a grinder and a trooper, so not worried about that. And I think still climbing, so we'll see what you can do in the next bracket. Deca should be our next match, but they are playing Sam Show, so maybe we should just run winners finals now?
I think that's fine to hop back and forth.
Yeah, let's run winners finals now. If they win, they're going to have to play 2 in a row, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to send Rudolph a challenge. So like I've said, I've never beaten Rudolph in tournament. He's dropped 2 games today, which is more games than he normally drops in a whole event. So let's see if I can keep that streak going and maybe push